Hi, Coach Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Carly, it's
I'm
good to be with you.
What's up, Coach Brown? You need me to help you recruit for the national championship team for Coaches versus Cancer? I'm on it.
I just want to learn a few tips and tricks from you.
Okay.
First, I have to say I loved seeing your appearance in The Last Dance when you looked back at the experience of coaching MJ. That's
Yeah.
awesome. What really stood out to you about him?
You know, Carly, the first time I ever saw Michael, I saw him in Carmichael Auditorium basketball camp. And that night I went back and Eddie Fogler, one of the other assistants, said, did you see anybody you really liked? And I said, yes. And very definitively, yes. And he said, who was that? And I said, Mike Jordan. He said, is that the kid from Wilmington? And I said, yes. I said, Eddie, I think I just saw the best 6'4" basketball player I've ever seen, high school basketball player I've ever seen. So talent sort of jumped out at you, but all the other things about his focus and his competitiveness and his drive, his determination, really what set him apart.
Awesome. As head coach, who has been your favorite player or team to coach and why?
Oh, you threw me a lob. I think I can dunk this one, kid. I've really enjoyed my coaching every team, every year. But we've won 3 national championships. So needless to say, 2005, 2009, 2017 were really great teams that were fortunate enough to play well enough at the end. But I've really had some fantastic teams that didn't get there, my 97 team at the University of Kansas was a team I truly loved. Our 2008 team at the University of North Carolina may have been just as gifted, if not more so, than the ones that won the national championship. Our 2016 team, when Marcus Page was a senior, and he made the most unbelievable shot I've ever seen from three-point line to tie the game with like 4.5 seconds to play. And then regretfully for me, but very nicely for Jay Wright and Villanova, their player made a shot at the buzzer to beat us by 3 in the national championship game. But I've really had some teams that, but trying to pick your favorite team is really hard. It's like you'll find out later on how do you pick your favorite child. 2006 was a fun team because we had lost everybody from our 2005 national championship team. And Sports Illustrated didn't pick us in the top 68, didn't even pick us to make the tournament. We ended up being a seed. So that was a fun team to watch and fun team to coach and be with.
Awesome. What is your best advice for getting players to join your team when you're recruiting?
Oh, it's a hard question to answer, but I love kids who are going to be willing to make sacrifices for the common goal of the team and understand that they can still reach their own individual dreams and goals as well. With the culture that we have now, so many people talk to every recruit about getting to the quote league and one and done and all this kind of stuff. But I love kids who are willing to really be concerned about their team.
We all want to be on a winning team, and I hope I recruit a winning team. Our goal is to raise $100,000. Just need to recruit a lot of people to reach this goal. If you were me, what would be a good pitch to get someone to join our team?
Carly, it's a team that we do really need a lot of people to join. And the thing that I always say is cancer is going to touch every one of us. And the more money we raise, the more awareness we get people to have of us needing to raise more money for the research, we'll eventually have a much better chance of finding a cure. But we've got to have a lot of money for the research, the scientists, the medical people to do everything they can to find us a cure.
Awesome. A recruiting pitch from Coach Williams. Now I know this will definitely be a winning team. I'm sure you get asked this for so many causes. Why did you join Coaches versus Cancer?
Well, my mother and my father both had cancer at the end. My best friend in Chapel Hill a few years back got pancreatic cancer, and that was really difficult for me. Another one of my really good friends lost a 5-year-old grandson in a period of like 17 days to an inoperable brain tumor, and it was cancerous. And so every time I turn around, I see the sorrow that people have and that I have felt myself. But the cancer strikes everybody. It's not just a certain age group or anything like that. So for me, it was an easy decision. Norm Stewart at the University of Missouri 100 years ago started the 3-point attack for cancer, and I got involved immediately at that point. And that was before all these things started happening to me personally. In the last few years, I've tried to make a concentrated effort to be able to do things 5 days a year at least to give time to cancer. And I'd like being on your team. You sound like you're going to be a great recruiter to me. So this is something that I hope you and I can be teammates in trying to raise a lot of money to, as I say, help us find a cure.
Aside from helping an important cause, what is your favorite part about being on the Coaches vs. Cancer team?
The people that I get to know. I enjoy the people that have feelings like I do, that we want to raise more money. I enjoy hearing the stories of the good news, the success that we've had, the people that have bounced back. You know, we always hear the really terrible things, but I think it's a great thing every now and then to hear the success stories. And that, I think, is what we should have as many of those out and be open about it, because I think that gives us more incentive to know that we can succeed and we can get some things done.
Okay, so now we're going to ask some fun questions since we finished with the other ones. What have you been doing while in quarantine?
Oh, I've been doing whatever my wife tells me to do. I've been washing dishes. I've been making cornbread. I've been growing a beard that my grandchildren laugh at. And my wife has sort of given me the name. She got it from somebody else, of Papa Smurf. So I've been laughing a lot. And I've been playing some golf, because that's something you can do and still keep apart from somebody. But just trying to make sure that we always have our dreams and goals of this thing being over so we can move forward.
You know, almost every coach that we interviewed said that they've been doing a lot for their wife while home. So
I've got mine as she does setting up all the Zooms. I've been doing 30 or 40 or 50 Zooms over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and she set up every one of them. If she's not here, I can't do it, I guarantee you.
As the founder of Real Kids Wear Pink, I do have to ask, where did you get your amazing pink sport coat?
I love wearing pink. I really do. It's Carolina blue is my favorite color, but pink is next. It was something that I was looking at some swatches from Peter Millar several years ago. And I said, oh my gosh, solid pink. I said, I got to have that one.
Where did you learn your locker room dances?
I don't know that I would really call it a dance. It's more like just a jumper, a chest bump a few guys and then get out of the way before I get hurt. But I do enjoy the celebrations. And I've always said that the greatest thrill in coaching is seeing the look on your guys' faces after they've accomplished something that's very difficult. And those locker room celebrations, I really wish that the TV cameras were not in there, because I want it to be just us. But today's world, there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you and getting recruiting tips from you. And I guarantee, especially with your help, that this will be a winning team.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
What do you want to do when you grow up past 14?
That's a difficult question. I mean, I know what I don't want to be, but I think I've narrowed it down to like two things. One is I could work at a nonprofit, obviously, so just like the American Cancer Society, and help other people. And then I also would like to be like, my parents both work in radio, so I've always been around like the media. So I want to be like Ellen DeGeneres and have my talk show and like give people presents and stuff.
All right, we'll see now. I get the chance to watch you dance if you're doing her. But,
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, the reason I ask is I just wanted to make sure you didn't want to be a college basketball coach and try to take my job. I want to coach a little bit more. You're going to be a great recruiter, kid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you join the championship team by making a donation on our link?